Hey, everybody, how you doing? This is part three of how to make 50 grand in 50 grand in 90 days. So if you haven't watched part one and two, you need to watch those first so it'll make sense. And how we're going to do this 50 grand, what I'm teaching you 50 grand in 90 days is through wholesaling lot subordination agreements, as we've talked about. Okay, so what we're going to talk about, we talked about kind of the overview, how it works, what lot subordination is. And the second part was we talked about how important it is for you to find a buyer builder that knows how to build spec homes and makes money doing it, and is successful doing it. And specifically, you want to know what they're building. Okay, it's very important. You know, is it a 1,200 square footer? Is it a 1,600 square footer? Is it a 2,000 square footer? Is it a 3,500? I don't know what it is, but what is that? Okay. And then you need to know their cost per square foot, what they're building it for, plus the infrastructure cost, the development cost, as well as the land. Okay, and that arbitrage between $1.50, $1.20 a square foot, and $2.50 a square foot, where you could sell it for retail. That's how your buyer builder is going to make his money. That's how you're going to make money. Okay, because you're going to provide him product. Okay. What we're going to do in part three is we're going to talk about how important it is to have a good real estate agent to help you with this, okay? And so a good real estate agent is going to be able to tell you, hey, new construction on, this area, part of town, whatever, or acreage, these kinds of things. They're running between, a 1,600 square footer, they're running between, 220 a square foot to 400 a square foot, $400 a square foot. All right. And you may go, well, that's crazy. I don't, that's super expensive, not where I'm at. Okay. Whatever that number is. And if you're in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, you're going to go, that's super cheap. It's like 1,000 a square foot, whatever it is, whatever those numbers are, the arbitrage between retail cost per square foot and your build cost per square foot, that arbitrage, that money in there is your cash, right? Or your buyer builder's cash. And you're obviously going to participate in that. Okay. So, you got to get a good realtor who can give you that information. Okay. And a good realtor, the first thing they're going to ask you is, well, what have you built? Can you show me? And again, like we talked about last time, you want to have some examples of properties not that you have built, right? I know you haven't built a house, but there are people out there who build houses for a living. These buyer builders, who your partners are, you need to get to know what they're at. And like I told you in the last video, they're going to ask the demo house, hey, I've got this house in the market right now, or we're just finishing up right here, but whatever. So bring your real estate agent with you, okay? And the agent is going to be able to look at the house, and they're going to be able to give you the determination. And they're going to want to know about furnishings, really. They're going to go, okay, well, what kind of ceilings? Do you have, 10-foot ceilings instead of 8-foot ceilings, or what do you have for the granite, what kind of bathrooms you have, the accoutrements, all that kind of stuff, right? So you need to know what that kind of stuff is. And they may go, well, if you add, higher end furnishings, and they're always changing, because these are not static. Well, I'm gonna add granite and hardwood, and then you're gonna make a whole bunch of money. Okay, yeah, sure. But what if the market changes? So it's just, I'm saying this because I don't want to date this video like this only works in this date. Does that make sense? It presupposes, well, that you understand how the market goes up, retail goes up and down. A good realtor is going to know that. Hey, these are really hot right now. These kinds of lighting equipment is really neat. Or people like, the new kitchen, whatever the newest kitchen, sink is, kind of, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. So whatever that is, here's the point. This is what makes this video timeless. A good real estate agent they're going to know what that high retail is. And there'll be levels. If you add these kinds of high end, furnishings to the house, you can get more for it. And there's a gradient. You do that, you're looking at $330, $330,000 fixed up. You just, the 8-foot ceilings, you probably want to be maybe $2,999, right? So you gotta know what that is. All right, it always is going to change. So you do, and so here's the point for you. Okay, you're going, oh, I'm confused. Don't be confused. Here's the point. An agent's going to ask you what kind of accoutrements, what are you going to have in the house? Okay, what's it going to look like? What's the trim going to be like? That kind of thing. And so you're going to show them what a builder's building right now, okay? And then you're going to have a conversation. How you're making this kind of money is between your agent and your buyer builder. Okay, your buyer builder, he's going to have a good agent too, so just use them. And they're really, again, it makes it so much easier once the agent understands the buyer builders, what they're looking for. So what you can do is you can just talk with that agent and go, what is he selling these for? Kind of thing, right? Does that make sense? So know that information. If you talk to an agent and they keep going, well, you tell me. That's not what I say. You tell me. In other words, the agent makes. I've had agents tell me this before. You tell me what kind of trim you're going to have in the house, accoutrements, all that kind of stuff, and I'll tell you what it'll be worth. And that you're not going to get anywhere. What about this? Nope. What about that? Nope. So rather you want the agent to say, hey, it's my professional opinion. If you have 10-foot ceilings in the master bedroom or whatever, and you have this kind of a kitchen, these lighting packages, blah blah, you get top dollar for the house. See what I'm saying? The onus isn't on you to do that. The onus is on your agent, who's a professional, who knows this stuff. They're going through, walkthroughs all the time. They're checking out parade of homes and all that stuff. I mean, they know, they have a really good handle on retail. Okay. And over time, you're going to get good at it too, because you're going to be in the space and you're going to go, this is trendy, this isn't. And it goes like this. Okay. So you don't have to know all this stuff right now. Just connect with someone who does. So that's the key. Okay. So you want to know, once you know, okay, if we build this house, I'm showing you right here on these floor plans, and you can see a house that we just got finished, and all these, the trim, the lighting package, and all this kind of stuff is in that house. The cost per square foot to sell it, they're going for $250 a square foot. Well, now you know that arbitrage. Okay, we're going to build this house with this trim, this lighting package, all this kind of whatever it is. Okay, and our cost is $150 a square foot, and we can sell for $250 square foot or more, whatever. That arbitrage on your house. Does that make sense? So you've got to have an agent that can help you with that. That's very important. All right. So to recap, one of the best ways to get an agent like that, when you're talking to a buyer builder, who's selling his stuff? Who's selling his product? Who's selling his brand new home? And they're going to say, hey, Sally Smith at Keller Williams. Okay, to have a meeting with Sally and go just do some drive-throughs, walkthroughs with her. I met, spend an afternoon with Sally, buy her coffee, whatever. The hell, she'll buy you coffee. Maybe she'll buy you lunch, whatever. Go drive through, look at what stuff's selling for, new construction. You understand? All right. And also look at, and like I told you before in the last video, manufactured homes. What are they selling for? Okay, very important. You can figure that out. You're going to make really, really good money. And there's no reason why you can't do a deal every 2 weeks. So in 90 days, you're going to have you 50 grand. And you can see how this is scalable. Okay. So if you have any more questions or you want more, a lot more detail on this, just let me know, and we can do a free strategy session, on a Zoom call, whatever. And yeah, you can do this. Okay. Just remember, this is hard work. It's hard work because you have to hustle. You have to connect the dots. You have to put people together. That's how you're making money. It's not laborious, like it's backbreaking or whatever, but you're trying to learn calculus or something. But it's through networking. Get on the phone, be on the phone, call, go out, and get to know people's, the buyer builder's business model. What's he building? Meet them and meet the agent, all that kind of stuff. So Godspeed, and let me know if you want some help. We'll do a strategy session. Talk soon.